Hello everyone and welcome to YouTube. This is InspectorGadget here. So today I'm going to show you guys how to create a Discord bot for your for your own stuffs, all the good stuffs and the own stuffs. So now creating a Discord bot is very simple, and then it's very straightforward. So Discord bot, Discord.js is is the package that we're going to use, the dependency. So I uses a Node.js, uses Node.js, which is a JavaScript runtime built on Google Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, you're gonna have a Node.js installed on a machine, on a Windows machine. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna download this. You're gonna click on this LTS. You're gonna hit on that, and then it'll download it. Once you have installed and all that, you're good to go. And then now we're gonna go inside our what they call it, our command prompt. I use bash. You guys can use anything, PowerShell and all that, but it should usually work. But I actually don't prefer you guys to use PowerShell because sometimes it works and sometimes doesn't work. But command prompt does work. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. Like now currently I'm in my I'm in a folder that I want to have a bot in. You guys can have this bot anywhere you like in your data D drive or your C drive and all that, your desktop and all that. Like my bot is currently in our desktop, and then a folder called Discord bot. That's where I have it. So yeah. So now I currently, if I show you guys my directory here, I have learn, modibot, modibot old, modibot v3, and volunteer bot. All right. So let's get started. Okay, so let's create a folder first. We're going to call this bot IG bot. Okay, now I have the folder here. Now I have the folder here. Let's open up this folder. Of course I don't have anything now. Okay, I have nothing. So the first things there, we have npm install, which is node that I showed you, which has an alias in your command prompt or bash, whatever. Okay, npm is alias. Okay, so we're going to clear it, and then we got npm init. What does this command do is that it creates a package.json file containing all the containing your dependencies, containing your bot names and all that. The good stuff that it understands. Okay, it's okay if you don't understand, just follow around, but I'm sure that you will understand you'll create your own bot later after this video. All right. So yeah, so it says package name and all that. I've got IG bot version 1.0.0. All right. Description: a simple bot. Okay. All right. Entry point is index.js is correct. Test command no. Git repository no. Keywords no. Author is IG, and then license is yeah, no, and yes. All right. So now we have a package.json. So now we're going to install the node modules. Okay. We are going to install two modules now. We're going to install discord.js and fs. Okay, so now let's install npm install --save, which this --save means that you want the dependencies to be written inside package.json. Okay, you're gonna have discord.js and fs. All right, now we will install all that. Okay, now we have installed fs and discord.js, as you guys can see here. Okay, now if you clear this up and then ls here, you'll have your node modules folder. Okay, you might not want to worry about this folder at all because it is just all good stuff that your script understands. Okay, all right, we have a package.json log, and then we have a package.json. So without further ado, let's get started. I use Visual Studio Code. You guys can use whatever you guys want. So that's how it works. I'll meet you guys in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have opened our favorite code editor here. I currently have Visual Studio Code here. So all right. So if you have a look at our package.json file, we have a lot of lines here. You might wonder what the hell all of this is. It's normal, guys. Okay. We have a package name, igbot, version, description, our main file, which is where we are going to code our bot. We have a script stack here, like a script stack, and then we have author IG and all of dependencies here, as I said, discord.js and fs. So there's some good stuff there. Now look at our node modules folder. We have all the stuff here, which we sometimes don't even understand what is all about all this. That's fine. Okay. Now you're going to create our index.js file as we saw earlier. Let me make this a bigger. So const, which means a constant discord, and then require discord.js. If you use Visual Studio Code, it will actually tell you that module actually exists and all that. So yeah. All right, let's see if you hover over the discord.js word, you can see module discord.js. Next, we're going to const fs, which is that file read. As I said, we're going to read the file using fs, which is the commands folder. Now we're going to have a config where we store our prefix and all that, prefix, our tokens, our bots, honest ID, honest username, and all that. So yeah, so we're going to have it in the same directory, which this is why I added this from here. So that means it has to look in this current directory. So now we are going to call in that function for the bot itself. We're going to extend that Discord client. So new discord.client, and then while we are at it, we have to disable everyone here so that it doesn't simply ping everyone in your guild. So we're going to have bot.commands and then equals to new discord.collection, which means it collects all the commands and it does all the good stuff that you want. Okay, now this is the fs thing. Fs dot, we have read dir, which means we are good. Then commands. While at it, we just create a folder here, commands. All right, we have created a folder here, commands, and then we're gonna have that there, and then we're gonna have two parameters. We're gonna pass in two parameters, which is err, which is error, and then we have a files here. So yeah, okay. Once that's done, now we're going to find if there's an error, we're going to tell that script to log it inside our console. All right, simple as that. Now we're going to have let file properties here, js file, it's the JavaScript file, then files filter, we're going to have a f, and then f dot split, which means that you will remove that dot file, character there. Let's say your file has a name of help.js. It removes that dot there. So it's something like example help.js. So it goes inside there, it removes this dot here, and then you have your js at the end. That's what we're going to find now. All right, simple. We're going to split, and then we're going to have this dot here. All right, we're going to have the dot there, and then we're going to pop it, and then we're going to equals it. So like that. So like so, let's change this to a normal string here. Okay, all right. Okay, perfect. So now let's go here. If js file dot length is lesser than equals 0, and then we're going to console log saying that no commands found. All right, and then I'm going to return it, which means it's going to kill application. All right, perfect. So now we're going to have js file dot for each, which means each files, simple as that. And then we're going to have our files, we're going to pass in two parameters here, yeah? So we're going to have that and that. So let props, we're going to have, because each file has its own props, if we have a look at it. So the props is like module.exports.help is what it looks at it, is what it looks at. Okay, so that's how it actually works. That's how it actually knows what you're talking about. Okay, require. So this is the best part in JavaScript. You cannot do in a lot of languages like this, but then we have up here, which means this means file. Changes to file. Okay, file. All right, perfect. So console.log, we're gonna have loaded, and then we're gonna have file. There's some grammatical error here. We're gonna say file has been loaded. I should have that. Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. Now we're going to assign that command. Okay, so we're going to set props dot help dot name, and then we're going to have props, which like as you guys can see, props to help.name is actually the same thing as module that exports help, where we'll have our stuff here like this, and then we'll have our name, and then we'll have our help. Okay, so it's something like that. It's something like that. Okay, all right. So it looks for this, and then once you have passed in that, and then it looks for this. It's just simple as that, boys and ladies and gentlemen. All right, so bot not that, okay, bot.on, which means when the bot is actually on message, like when someone, like a member or you send a message in your Discord, it actually pings the bot. So we have a message function here. I mean, let's not pass that. All right. So yeah, if the message.author is a bot, or message.channel dot type equals DM, the bot doesn't do anything, it just returns. The bot just keeps its mouth shut, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so let prefix. So yeah, here's the nifty part. Okay, config, the prefix is actually inside our config.json file. Okay, the config.json file. Let's create a config.json file here. All right, so now you configure the JSON file here. So we're going to have a curly braces. We're going to have a bot thing here, so it's easier later in the future. And then we're going to have this prefix equals semicolon. Then we're going to have a prefix is that. And then we're going to have a comma here. We're going to have a token, the bot token, and then have your token here. We'll add this later from the Discord developer portal. I'll show you guys later. Okay. So yeah, the prefix could be config.bot.prefix. Simple. Okay, actually JavaScript doesn't need that. All right, so this is the config file. We are actually referring to this config. Let me make it small. We are actually referring this config, and then we have a config here. This bot, we are actually referring to this bot, and then that prefix, we are actually referring to prefix. So simple, cool and simple. All right, perfect. Now let's go here. What did I just do? Okay, now let's go here. Okay, all right. Okay, if message.content starts with prefix, we're going to return it. Like as you guys can see, right, this means if not. Okay, this means if not, that means if not. Okay, this means if yes, and this means if not. It's just some simple English here, guys. So now we're going to let message array. We're going to pass our message sent by any user. We're going to message.content. We're going to split it to that. Boom, boom. All right, and then we're going to have a let command cmd, just in short form, message array, and then 0. So our messages are actually sent like this. Let's say I just sent a hello world. All right, I mean, let's say hi. I mean, no. Let's say this, hello my friend. Okay, so it actually breaks the thing. So this will like something like this. It breaks to that. I mean that. Sorry, that to that. Okay, to that. So there are three braces, right? I mean three arrays here. This is array 0, array 1, and array 2. And then if we have a lot more, you'll just go on straight. We only want array 0 we only want to search for array 0, because that's the command that people will enter, right? And each time you want to send something in your Discord or talk to the bot and all that. So let's ask. We have arguments here. So arguments can be a lot of things, Arguments could be, this is argument. This is what they call as arguments. This is the command. We call this arguments, all that. Okay. So yeah, args, we're gonna have it message array dot splice 1. Okay, which means we are just gonna splice it. We're gonna leave this out. Take that. Splice it. Okay. Let command file. Then have a command file here. So we're gonna have the bot to get the commands and all that. Commands dot get, then command dot splice, slice, if I can spell it right, prefix dot length. So this one, what this basically does is that it only takes this out of the command that we sent. It just discards this both stuff here. That's why we have our prefix dot length. Okay, it just discards this two exclamation marks here. Okay, next we're gonna have our if dot command file, which means if it's true, then we're gonna have our command file to run our bot message.aux and aux. Perfect. Now our bot should be running. It should really get all those commands, and it should really can tabulate all these commands that we are actually running. So yeah, this is our bot, which is that we added here. It's a Discord client. This is the main, like a heart for the bot, and then our message here, our message and all that, the message that we want to send in, and then we have our args here, arguments and all that, arguments, which I said this is the argument. All right, so the next one we have is a bot on ready. This is another what do you say, another best thing you can do, no? Like if you are a Discord user, a Discord bot trader, you must have this. You just look at all this bots having, and then you feel like, oh really, I just want it, bro. And yep, sure, ready. So we're gonna have it function that. Okay, all right, there we go, we have that. And then now it's really simple, boys and girls. So we have a bot.user.set activity, and then we're just gonna say config dot bot prefix. This is why I like JavaScript, boys and girls. So yeah, and then we say hello. All right, you guys can change it to anything you like. Okay, that's wrong, we're gonna have that. All right, okay, we're done with that. And then next we are actually going to go to actually logging in the bot. So if now we're going to find if the token exists and all that. All right, so if config dot bot dot token equals that, and then you're going to return a console log saying invalid token. All right, this means that it's empty. It's just empty. All right, that means it's just empty. So the next we are going to do is should you go here, and then you're gonna have bot.login, login. Okay, config.bot.token. Okay, once that means the bot will log in, and then you have a console log here saying that you have logged in. Perfect. This is how we actually has to look. Okay, actually have the integrated terminal here. We have our integrated terminal and all that. Let me change it to git bash. All right, perfect, simple, perfect. Okay, so now we have all our files here, right? Actually, before we want to start to run anything, right, we have to get a token here. So I'm going to quickly show you guys how to get a token. All right, stay in touch. So here, so the token is now here, right? As you guys can see, I logged in the discord.app.com developers and applications. So I actually have all my bots here. Okay, so now we're going to create a new bot application. It's here IG bot. Okay, IG bot and all that. And then we're going to have this saying the IG bot and all that. And then of course, hello, well, all right, simple. Save that. Go for the bot section here. We're going to add bot, and then yes, do it, as you guys can see. And then this is the best part. This is the token. With this token, anyone could do anything to your bot. Make sure this token is really hidden, guys. This token has to be hidden because it can do a lot of damage. So now we're back here. So now let's paste our token. Perfect. Now we have pasted our token here. So now if you try to run it, right, let's write index.js, and then see, if you guys can see, no commands found. No commands is found. So let's create a command real quick, and then we wrap this stuff, and we wrap this series off here. All right, So okay, let me make this a little bit bigger. And then if you want to quit out of your session here, you can press Command and C at the same time, and then you just leave from that thing. I mean from the CLI. So we're gonna clear. Actually, why isn't it clear? Okay, hold on. All right, perfect. LS and all that. All right, perfect. So now let's create a command file. Let's close this back out. Command file. Now we're going to have a first command called help.js. Okay. Simple things applied. Now we're going to go here. We're going to take all this here and paste it there, and we don't need the fs anymore. All right. That's the first part I have to do. And then you're going to have module that export. As I said earlier, you're going to have that, and then async bot.message.args. Perfect. This is what that you guys can see on here. Here's it here, bot message args. Perfect. Now is this thing, as I said earlier, this is how your script knows that this is this command and all that. So yep, help name is help. So yeah, help name, and then yeah, perfect. As I said earlier here, help name, and then yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we are going to have our first command here. Okay, our very first command, which is going to be cool, you know, which is going to be cool, really cool, I guess. There's a lot of fundamental things that you have to know when you want to code a bot for Discord and all that, you know. So as a first thing, I'm going to show you guys how to create a embed, you know, a sick embed. It's very simple, guys. Just follow around. Okay, new discord.rich embed. You're gonna have that, and then you're gonna hit on the dot, and then you're gonna set color. I personally like a green, a sick green. So you're gonna put FF and 00. I actually memorized this, so yeah, it's perfect. And set title. You can set our title here, so it'll look a bit nice. We're gonna just put we're just gonna put a bot username here, you know, for the sake of simplicity. You guys can get all these classes from InspectorGadget official website. All right, you guys can get it from their official website here. Let me show you real quick. As you guys can see here, they have whole documentation here, all these main libraries and stuff. So you make sure you guys don't want to miss all this out. All right, let's go back. All right, perfect. So yeah, now we have set our title here, and then we just going to say that our prefix is equals to that, and then we're going to put config.bot.prefix. All right, now that's done. Next, we are just going to go into a simple add field, and then we're just going to put in a command. All right, now let's make it nicer. Command. All right, so currently we have we actually have only one command. I mean, we actually don't have any command, like, but you guys can make a command. Okay, it's just simple as this. Okay, add your command here. All right, like you actually guys have to make a command in your commands file. I mean your commands file, actually you guys have to make a command, and then you guys can add it here. This is like a skin. I'll show you guys how it already looks. So now you can set a footer. You guys can tell that, oh, this bot is made by me. Okay, all right, a bot by, we're gonna say that config bot dot, config owner dot username. Now if you guys have followed along you guys could have noticed immediately that we don't have an owner and username. Like there's no owner and there's no username anywhere here, and we're just going to add it. Okay, owner, and then we're going to have that semicolon, and then I'm going to open up again, and then have a username here, and then we're going to say IG hashtag 4095. This is my username. Okay, perfect. Bought by me. Okay, all right, perfect. Now we're going to set a timestamp. Okay, so that we actually know what is what and when it happened and all that. So now it's very straightforward, guys. So message channel that send just going to pass in the embed. Perfect. Now it actually work. So now let's try to run it on a terminal here. All right. We are in the same directory. So node index.js. Oops, we actually have a problem here. What's the problem? Oh, now I know what's the problem. So yeah, the problem is that we're gonna have that. So what this means is like go out a directory. Like currently we are actually in a commands directory, and then it's looking for the file in that directory, but we don't have a config file inside the directory, but we have one outside of the directory. So we're just telling it to read outside of the directory. Okay, that's how it actually works. So we open our console, the terminal again. You can have node index.js. Now it actually loads. As you can see, help.js has been loaded. Now if you go to our Chrome here, okay, yeah, we have to go to Chrome here. Now let's go into our developer portal here. Now let's go general information. Now you have to copy this client ID. Because our bot has not, like, this is a new bot and we have not invited it to any of our workspaces and all that. So we just have to do that. So just copy this client stuff here, and then you just I'll add this link in our description below. All right, and then you're just going to paste it right above right here. All right, right there, and then you just hit enter. It'll ask you to log in if you have not logged into Discord, and then other things are quite easy once you've done that. So I'm just want to add it to bot workspace. I'm gonna give it administrative permission and all that. I'm gonna authorize it. And perfect. Now it works. Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see that we are currently in my Discord guild here. All right. So yep, correct. So yeah, this is bot workspace and all that. So we actually have two bots here. This is one of my current project that I'm working on. This is Modbot. All right. It has all this moderation and all that stuff, all that good stuff. So now we have our IG bot here. So as you guys can see, there are 3 exclamation marks, and then there's a help, and then hello, as we said in the code earlier. All right. So yeah, that's the command here. So we're gonna put exclamation mark, and then we're gonna have help, and there we go. Boom. So this is the title that we set with that with the code. So this is our add field. So add field command, and then we're gonna have our commands here. So there are a lot of commands you guys can add, and then we actually have our this bot was made by our footer here. So yeah, IG 4095. You guys can change it in the config file, and then we have a timestamp here. This was actually executed on 4:57 p.m. today. All right, so that's pretty much it, I guess. So a fully fledged bot should look like this. That which currently I'm working on is a body bot. So it should look like this, which has a ping, feedback, edit, invite, avatar, say, server info, bot info, user info, purge, and all that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I think thank you guys for watching. If there's any video in the future, I'll definitely try to make a video, and post it out on my YouTube channel. So yeah, make sure you guys like, share, favor, and do whatever stuff you guys want. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and peace out.